Hi. I don't always like filming myself in glasses. Quite often it's because, like most people who wear glasses, I think I look better in contacts. It's always funny. Terrence Fisher used to always get on me about that, going, no, don't do that, because your glasses can be such a fun prop, and you can do so many things with them. I mean, he's the only director I've ever met in my entire life who would have me take off my glasses to put on a set of glasses just to watch me take them off again. You know? I love him to death. But you know, it's part of me, and you know, a lot of it is also because you never like in the United States showing agents specific things, because agents in the United States all suddenly have attitude, suddenly have this, oh, now I know what you are kind of thing, okay? You know, and it's terrible. And it's all because of what? The headshot, okay? Everyone goes, well, this is your headshot, so this is what you are, so this is the character you are going to portray. I am going to choose what you will become by your headshot, because your headshot tells me everything about you. Oh, God. Why? Why is that? It's because in the United States there's so much more shack acting that no one even understands what classical acting is. How many of us classical actors are there in the US? Probably maybe, oh, I don't know, 100 in a million kind of thing. So you have to realize that, and you have to understand that kind of thing. That most people don't even know what classical acting even is. And part of the primary difference between classical and Rorschach is with classical acting, no one will ever actually realize what your real personality is, okay? They have this misconception of you because they only see the character, okay? So they don't really know who you are anyway. A lot of times people can look at me when I write and things like Facebook, social media, etc., and go, yo, man, what's with the attitude, dude? And I can look at them and go, yeah, that's just because I have a very rapier pen, okay? I can rip your head off in about 3 lines or less. And if I was saying the exact same thing in this tone and this voice and to you comfortably, you'd probably be sitting there laughing your head off because I was suddenly really ripping you to pieces, and you'd be sitting there going, I thought you were screaming. And I'd go, no, I'm just writing. There's a very big difference between me when I write and when I talk, okay? And that's something that no one ever comprehends. But I don't care, okay? I'm me, and that's all there is to it. And I've spent my entire life dealing with alcoholics and with mental games and stupid nonsense that people believe in, okay? Most people don't even know this stuff even exists. I've never understood it. I was born in an alcoholic family. I never comprehended anything my father ever said. I mean, he was screaming constantly, saying things like a lunatic. You know, I mean, the first time my father started screaming that I was some stupid slick, I looked at him and said, what, am I a building or something? Because that's about as much use as the whole words come to me anyway. And I never understood any of this nonsense. People often look at me and go, yo, you're Jutter Kane, that's the problem. We're betting against the wheel. Oh, really? Hey, Cutter, come over here, explain this nonsense to me so I can understand this planet, please. Now, you know, and you'll all look at me and go, well, who's Cutter? Well, gee, if I said, hey, Rutger, come over here, you wouldn't ask that question, would you? But everyone knows he's Cutter. Just like everyone knows Sam is Rudder, or is Sutter. And everyone knows I'm Jutter. And it's all your mental games because you want to make sure that Jutter Kane was never born. So you can bet against the wheel and you can constantly win and all this other nonsense. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. And that's the plain flat truth of it. I have heard so much crap over the course of my life about total BS. And it's just BS artists. It's just bullshit artists bullshitting their way through life, okay? Every agent, when I was in Hollywood, I mean, a lot of people look at me and say, you know, what's with the attitude? I'm like, yo, dude, you haven't even heard attitude yet, okay? You have to understand, I worked in Hollywood when I was between the ages of 12 and 17. Okay? I had one of the most promising careers there ever was. I worked with some of the absolute best in all of theater. Retired actors and actresses, people from everywhere. I worked with Oscar winners constantly. And I myself got awards constantly for a lot of what I did in theater. And then everyone said that I had to stop. Not because I couldn't act, because I looked too young to be what I was doing. I was 16, I was playing the role of a 21-year-old. And everybody goes, well, how do you do that? With makeup, duh! What do you think Hollywood is? You know? And that's where a lot of it comes in. It's just total stupid nonsense, okay? Every major actor in Hollywood would look at any agency today and say, now, how stupid were you? And realize you destroyed his career. And we're pissed. Okay? You want to hear attitude? You put me in a room with a member of CAA, WME, UTA, ICM, and Tom Cruise on one side of me and Val Kilmer on the other. I'll keep my mouth shut. Those two will rip them to holy hell just because of all of the crap that I've gotten, that they've gotten over me over the past 30 years, 40 years, which is totally ridiculous, totally stupid, and totally unfounded. I mean, think about this, guys. I have stars in 5 countries and 19 international Oscars, and yet I'm not good enough for a good agent. Okay? People want to sit there and throw me into the wolves' den and go, okay, do this. Oh, please. Let me get bored out of my skull, okay? You know, I mean, one of the reasons why I do more challenging roles when I do them, or when I do really different things when I act, is because I'm bored. Okay? Let's talk about extra roles for a second. Let's get off this kick for a moment and talk about extra roles. Can you imagine you're cast to be an assistant baker in a film? Okay? That's your role. Your entire line in the entire film is in French. Oui, monsieur, it is ready. And that's it. That's all you have to say. Just all of it in French. Just, oui, monsieur, I can't remember the French for it's ready, but it's ready. Okay? And bring up a pretzel. Okay? Now, a lot of people will think, oh, why would I do this? A lot of people sit there and go, it's an extra role, you're part of the backdrop. What terrible, I mean, everybody treats extra roles like they're the worst curse ever developed. And why? Why do they do this? Because they're a beginning actor or a beginning actress, they've done some extra roles, and they got their resume together and they sent it off to a handful of agents, and the agents insulted them because of the extra roles they did. And then the actor or actress starts feeling bad about the roles that they should be proud of. Okay? Think about that. Your role is an assistant baker in a restaurant. Okay? Now, you're not just in any restaurant. You're in the creme de la creme. And on top of that, you've made a pretzel. And that pretzel is magnifique. Okay? So you have to understand that you want to show this as your pride and joy. You're happy. You made this pretzel. And guess what, guys? That's acting. Because acting is mimicking. All of acting, regardless of your schooling, regardless of your entire base, whether it is in classical or Morshak acting, all of it is mimicry. Okay? You are mimicking life, because art imitates life, and life also imitates art. Okay? So this is what you are creating. You are creating a believable character in a French restaurant who created his pride and joy, and he's showing it to the top chef. And he's hoping for a critique. He wants to know, is this exactly how you want it? And you have to portray that as the character. once you are so into being that little part, you've taken your first step into a very large world. Sean Connery once said, "It is not the other side of the camera. Acting is not the other side of the camera. It is not your name and lights. It is not, oh look, see what I did? It is not the agent. It is not the agent's feelings about how you are embarrassing his company by being known for being in this role. It is not the importance of the meaning of the agency. It is not the Star magazine. It is not the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It is not the Oscars. Acting is the other side of the mirror. Acting is you are a sailor on a submarine. Your job is sonar. You are sonar. You believe in sonar. It is everything you are. And you are turning around on the Red October because Sean Connery asked you a question and you are answering him. That is acting. Okay? So, I mean, you have to realize how much anger is deep within me, not just from normal life, but from how I've been treated by the agents themselves. Okay, you look at an agent and go, hey, look, I have awards. They go, who cares? You're going to punch their lights out, right? Well, at least that's how you feel. Okay, so my attitude is never really attitude. And we all, every now and again, get a little bit twicked.